Chef, you mind if I wing this?
Right now on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Good old home cooking.
It's Southern comfort food cooked with a Kentucky twist.
I kind of stole that from my mom and my grandmother.
That's smoking good.
We're going out to eat and into the kitchen at Chathams in Lexington for a new twist on wings,
I gotta believe that these wings just fly out of here.
a beer cheeseburger that's dripping with local pride,
This is where the action is.
and the secrets to Chatham's famous peanut butter pie.
I'm putting all my chips in this patty.
If you're a fan of home cooking, you're gonna love this.
No wonder they're so good. Tim Laird with you again for another edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, this time in the heart of Lexington at Chathams.
It's a neighborhood spot at the corner of Woodland and East High Street.
It's close to campus and downtown.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a hot spot for Southern comfort food that's as good as it gets.
Eat here about 2 or 3 times a week. It's always very, very good.
It was great.
Oh, it's great. Awesome service. Food is outstanding.
The food is kind of Southern home cooking. Very good, very large portions.
A lot of the food here is made from age-old Kentucky recipes that really take you home.
I think my mom must be back there in the kitchen.
Chatham serves all of your home cooking favorites from cornbread to meatloaf.
Of course they have country fried steak, but even country fried ribs.
Southern fried ribs makes my heart beat faster.
The ribs are one thing, and then there's the thick bacon Mornay dipping sauce that comes with them. You gotta try that.
I've never had anything quite like it before.
It's my grandmother's recipe.
Amy Harris is the chef at Chatham's, and she knows a thing or two about country cooking.
I've been cooking since I was a kid with my grandmother. She had me by her side at age 5. So I've been cooking Southern comfort food for 35 years now.
Grandma taught Amy a lot, but she got some pretty good on-the-job training too.
I got really, really lucky.
She's worked at several popular local restaurants with some of Kentucky's top chefs, like Jeremy Ashby at Azure, Jonathan Lundy, who's now at Coba. She even spent some time working with Weta Michael at the Holly Hill Inn.
What I've gotten from all 3 of those people is using local food, fresh stuff, and trying to make it as creative as possible.
Amy's creativity is all over the menu at Chatham's. Even her chicken wings have a creative twist.
I love wings, and these are special though. These are smoked on property.
Kind of bounced it back and forth, and one day we were just like, what if we smoked the wings? And so we did that, and they turned out fantastic.
I bet they have a whole different flavor.
They do. They come out with a nice smoky, earthy flavor to them. And you don't get that necessarily when you're just cooking the wings in the oven or whatnot.
Here's our wings.
Okay.
Now you said these have already been smoked on site.
They're smoked on site until they're done for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Really low and slow at about 200, 225 degrees, so that we get a nice moist product with the smoky flavor. When they're done, you can almost wiggle the bone a little bit,
That's a test.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
a wiggle the bone. That's a secret. So if you're smoking at home, wiggle the bone.
Yeah, that's a good way to tell if you don't have a thermometer in house. Yeah, you don't want to hurt anybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they're really already cooked, but now we're just going to fry them up and get them going.
Get them crispy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Chef, how long will they go into the fryer here?
Honestly, it takes about a minute and a half.
Oh, that quick.
Yeah, we just bring them up to temperature and get the crispy skin on them.
And they're come up hot and crispy on demand when
Absolutely,
they're ready to go.
yeah. Fry on demand.
That is great. And
Yeah.
then the sauce comes afterwards.
Sure. You can see how the skin's bubbling up there and they're crispy.
Oh, yeah.
So we get them out of there pretty quickly. We just be pretty liberal with the sauce, and then we go and toss them around. We use the trifecta barbecue sauce, produced in Louisville, I believe.
Yep.
We wanted to keep it as local as possible. And the heat of the wings will bring that barbecue sauce right up to temp. Everybody has to have celery, right?
Very traditional.
Absolutely.
Gotta have the celery.
Yeah.
Chef, you mind if I wing this and just kind of go in and taste one of these?
Absolutely, you dig right in.
Look at that, nicely coated all the way around. I'll tell you what, that sauce is perfect with that, but the smokiness comes out I gotta believe that these wings just fly out of here.
They do. That's one of our #1 apps, for sure.
I can see it. That's the way to do it. That's smoking good.
One taste of those wings and you'll understand why folks keep coming back to Chatham's time and time again.
Eat here about 2 or 3 times a week. It's always very, very good.
Great for lunch, dinners, and there's a fantastic brunch available on Saturday and Sunday.
What are some of the unique items on your brunch menu?
Well, we do a veggie Benedict, which we use fried green tomatoes as the base. It's a vegetarian dish. It's pretty tasty. You get the crunch and the crispy and the little bit of tang from the fried green tomato, and then you get the really, really rich hollandaise sauce on top of that. So it's like a little party in your mouth, you know.
People have talked about these special pancakes you do too.
We do pancakes. We have a regular order pancakes, and then we also do some chocolate chip pancakes. It's this big stack of pancakes. It's more than one person can really eat, but.
Well, what's nice is you're not just doing the brunch on Sunday, you're doing it on Saturday and Sunday, so
Sure.
we can really take advantage of all these great items.
Yeah.
Stick around because we have more Southern comfort secrets from Chatham's coming up, including the recipe for their ever popular peanut butter pie.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't beat this.
The secrets to Chatham's beer cheeseburger coming up.
Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, this time at Chatham's Southern Comfort Food.
It's Southern cooking with Kentucky attitude.
It's a down-home atmosphere with friendly hometown service.
It's always great food.
Great food and great big portions.
The food is kind of Southern home cooking. Very good, very large portions.
If you're a fan of big burgers, you've got to dig into this one. It's called the Will's Burger, named after the owner's son who actually invented it. It comes with all his favorite all-American toppings.
Bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and onions.
It's as tasty as it is big.
I can eat most 3/4 of it.
There's more where that came from. Chef Amy Harris has created a few burger recipes of her own. Get a load of this.
I saw the Will's Burger outside. That looked absolutely fabulous. I know it's very popular, but you have other popular burgers as well.
One of our favorites on the menu is our beer cheeseburger. We do that we make our beer cheese in-house with West 6th Pay It Forward Cocoa Porter.
Oh, this has got to be popular.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is, again, one of our #1 selling burgers.
They're going to show us the secrets to this one?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
We use a 8119 ground chuck.
Okay.
It has enough fat to keep the burger moist.
So a lot of
Season it
flavor
up.
on there. Do you season it up a little bit?
Yeah, we do salt, pepper, a little garlic, a little onion.
Okay. In the grocery store, it says 80-20, 80-20. Everybody's 80-20. But you're actually 81-19.
Yeah, 1%. It doesn't make a huge difference, but
But it's one more.
but it's one louder now.
Yes, it goes to 11.
It
It's
goes
one
to
more.
11.
What a difference a percent makes.
It does. And then we just let it sit for a minute. My only secret with grilling anything is to leave it alone.
Right.
Put it down and leave it alone. Season it liberally with salt and pepper, especially red meat, and leave it alone.
You know how I do that at home? I put it on, then go get a cocktail or a glass of wine. Or a beer.
Sure. That's a perfect tip, because
you're
that's the
home.
right amount of time.
After the flip, it's time to add Chatham's original recipe, beer cheese.
We make our beer cheese a little looser
Okay.
than you'll find it in a prepackaged item, so that it just oozes all over the burger. We warm up our cheddar a little bit and add our spices and seasoning, put it in our blender, and just start adding beer until it's the right consistency.
That's a good idea. That's what I do at
recipe,
home. Add beer till it's just the right consistency.
You can see that
Beer
loose
cheese.
consistency too.
It's exactly the consistency you were talking about. You gotta have gooey when you have beer cheese.
And then when that comes out, toasted brioche bun,
Toasted brioche bun.
And Brian's gonna put a little bit more of the room temperature beer cheese on there.
Oh yeah, look how thick that is. That was that
There
consistency
you
you were
go.
talking about.
We have crispy onion straws that we make in-house.
Oh, there's the crunch.
And then you get a choice of sides with that. Most people go with the fries. That's a mouthful. It's the West 6 Pay It Forward Cocoa Porter Beer Cheeseburger.
Now, if that doesn't make you hungry, and for that matter, thirsty too.
The drinks behind the bar are just as good as the food coming out of the kitchen. I'll tell you what, they even have some boozy shakes for adults.
To get the secrets for one of those, I caught up with Casey Shepard.
It's a chocolate peanut butter boozy shake. It's a Old Forester bourbon with chocolate and peanut butter and cream.
Wow. It has everything in there I love. Okay, so I can't wait to have this. So how do we put it together, Casey?
All right, just a couple scoops of ice to start. 2 ounces of Old Forester bourbon.
My favorite. Love that. 2 ounces go in. Fantastic.
2 ounces of heavy whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream. Gotta have some chocolate.
Got to. Big old squeeze of chocolate.
Perfect. That was a good squeeze too.
A little bit of peanut butter in there.
Oh.
And Amy in the kitchen makes this for us.
Oh, she does?
Yes.
Now comes the shake part.
Yeah, you want to try that?
And there it is. You want to share this?
Absolutely.
Since you were the bar chef? All right. Wow. Boozy shakes for adults. This is great. Cheers. This is where the action is.
The good times continue at Chatham's. Next, it's back into the kitchen for their popular peanut butter pie.
That's the secret ingredient.
It's easy to make when you learn the secrets.
You guys can fight over that one.
And we'll share them next on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're at Chatham's where they're country cooking Kentucky style.
If it's Southern and comfort food, you'll find it here.
It was all very, very good.
From meatloaf to cornbread,
I love the catfish.
country fried ribs to big beefy burgers, and the list goes on.
So I had the fried corn and a little bit of the French fried sweet potatoes.
A cornbread skillet, which was actually quite unique.
Fresh out of the oven cornbread with a big bowl of soup beans.
Okay.
So you can have that as an appetizer, or you can also get just a single skillet of cornbread just brought to your table with some butter.
Just as is.
Just
That's
as
all
it
you
is,
need.
yeah.
Just add butter, you're there.
I kind of stole this recipe from my mom and my grandmother.
Also a combination of both.
Yeah, my grandmother liked the more savory cornbread, and my mom liked the sweet cornbread. And I kind of like both of them to a certain degree, so I kind of just fused the two together.
There's even a home-style Southern comfort brunch menu on Saturdays and Sundays.
On Sunday, I do biscuits and gravy every Sunday morning. I make the biscuits myself. It's my grandmother's recipe from a lot of years ago.
That's great.
Amy Harris has Kentucky cooking in her blood. She's truly a Kentucky proud chef.
I grew up in London, Kentucky.
That's home of the fried chicken
The
festival?
the World Chicken Festival, yeah.
And now you also have ties to that.
My dad actually runs the world's largest skillet. It's like 15, 20 feet wide. It's where they fry all the chicken. I don't even want to begin to know how many pieces of chicken they actually fry during that weekend.
That's a lot of pressure to run the world's largest fry pan, isn't it?
I imagine so. I wouldn't want to do it.
I know.
No.
And don't they have a Harlan Sanders lookalike contest?
They do. They have that. They have a cluck off.
Did you ever compete?
No. My clucking skills are not up to par with that.
While clucking isn't her thing, cooking is. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or dessert.
Not only do you have all those wonderful appetizers, entrees, but desserts. We're going to make one of your favorites. You're going to show us the secrets to the peanut butter pie.
I start out with some softened cream cheese.
Beautiful.
And then I hit that also with the softened peanut butter. You can throw that in the microwave a little bit if you need to warm it up. It's
That's a great idea because it's so thick. If you
It
don't let it
is.
soften up, it's going to be harder to mix.
it's very difficult to work with if you don't get it softened up, for sure. And then I go ahead and I add the confectioner sugar.
Sweet.
And this is coffee liqueur. I go ahead and add that in because if you put the mixer in here and turn it on with this much powdered sugar in here, you're going to be wearing it.
So this is a good idea. Another
I
secret
speak
revealed
from
on making the
experience.
peanut
Yeah, on
butter.
that, yeah.
So that's happened, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've been covered from head to toe in powdered sugar making this recipe. Then you can turn it up
Get it going.
and get it going. And you're looking for everything to be completely combined. And you're going to get a light.
I can smell that peanut butter and actually that coffee liqueur coming out of that.
Yeah,
Oh.
it makes for a very interesting combination. So then we turn that off and everything goes manual from this point.
All manual from here on out.
All right, so what I do...
There's a battle of who's going to lick the
Yeah,
beaters.
the beater, I mean, you guys can fight over that.
We will, too.
The secret to this part is folding in the whipped cream.
Okay.
Basically, I'm taking about a third of what I've got
Okay.
and just mix it in. Go ahead and you add the rest of it. Everything goes in.
Love it.
And at this point, we start folding it gently so that we don't lose the air from the whipped cream.
You want to keep that fluffiness going.
Absolutely. I'm going to take and fold in our chocolate chips. All right.
So all your chips are in.
I'm putting all my chips in this batch.
This is it.
This is actually a pre-made chocolate cookie pie crust. We'll pile that right in there. Pile it up high.
Oh.
Now, we want to make sure you get your money's worth. We set that up in the freezer,
Okay.
and it'll take about an hour, hour and a half for it to get fully frozen in a normal freezer.
Chef, it's about an hour and a half later.
Sure.
And let's see.
When it comes out,
Once we slice it, we get a little more goodness go on.
absolutely, yeah, we hit it with a little bit of chocolate sauce across the top, and then we have some cookie crumbs, and then we just drizzle that over there
How good is
because
that?
you need that.
That's looking really good.
Very good. I will certainly order it again.
We're all quite thrilled by it.
Get it here or make it at home now that you know how. And make sure to stop by Chatham's and thank them for giving us the secrets.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Chef Amy Harris at Chatham Southern Comfort Food, and thank you for watching Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.